What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here, honey, to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed the episode. I had to watch it twice so I could take notes the second time. I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was a cute episode. I felt like they got a lot of stuff done. And like I said on my other video, that I just can't believe they're only on the fourth episode. And it just feels like they've been on longer, but it's really good. It's really good. They're doing good. So let's they start off where they left off with Kyle and Dorit. I don't know if they were arguing per se, but they were definitely going back and forth, and Dorit was handling her own with Kyle. And you can see that now she's like, I'm not going to placate to you. I'm going to speak up for myself. I'm going to call you out on the things that you've done that hurt me. And I think she was very clear. Um, it's okay when you do it. Sometimes I make a silly comment and you will ice me out for 6 months. That's abusive. It is. And it's wrong. Kyle acknowledges that that's something that she needs to work on, and that I guess she's going to work on it. Sutton says she told her the same thing, and she knows that it's something that she has to work on. When she gets mad at you, she isolates you. She says, I wouldn't do that to you. And she was like, Buca de Peppo, Buca de Peppo, Buca de Peppo. So remember when that redesign in a little space at Buca de Peppo, and Kyle was making fun of that. So I'm telling you, they are showing everything that Dorit is saying that Kyle has done to her. They are showing us a clip of it. So while Kyle says, no, I'm the greatest friend, I've been a good friend to you, we hear all the little comments on the side. Now, when Kyle says something and she's mad, she'll tell Dorit, well, I was just mad, basically. Girl, my stomach, when I tell you my stomach is growling. Mm. Oh my God. She says, it's always funny when you do it, but when somebody else does it to you, you have a problem with it. She was like, I've been a good friend to you. She's like, no, you haven't lately. No, you haven't. And then Kyle goes, well, I lost my best friend and I'm going through a separation. Give me some grace. And she said, I have been giving you grace. I have been giving you grace. I know you've been going through a lot over the last couple of years. Um, but you pushed me too far. You pushed me too far, and I'm tired of being a friend to you when it's convenient for you. Like, you put me on a shelf when you get mad at me, and then when it's time to be my friend, you sending me text messages telling the people, let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about, we already got so much going on. Let's not talk about what we have going on. Did you get mad at Erica? She was, baby, when I tell you, Dorit keeps bringing Erica in there. Did you get mad at Erica when she said what she said on Watch What Happens Live? And she said she apologized. She said, I was hurt by that. But she apologized for it. She said, um, and she apologized for it, and I didn't get mad or whatever. And she said, but if I would have said what Erica said, you would have been mad at me. You would have gotten mad at me. And I don't know if it's the closeness of the relationship, why, like, I expect Erica to say it, but I don't expect you to say it. So maybe that's what she's talking about. Jennifer Tilly says it's impossible to keep up. Can I tell you how much I am enjoying Jennifer Tilly? Just like being a friend of not. I just love her there. I love that. Bose is there as well. I love the additions of this show. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. When she was picking out that that lobster out of the tail with her fingernails, because Kathy asked her, she was like, can you get this for me? She was like, what you want me to do with my nails? And she was like, well, I figure you could do something. They're like, you have these tools here to take out. She's like, they're not working. And then Jennifer Tilly was like this? She was like, girl, yes. I was like, no. Anyways, Bo said she don't know what the fuck is going on. So I'm just gonna eat my food. Right, I'm just gonna eat my food. She says they're not direct, and there's layers to all the grievances that they have. Sutton says that she's experienced the punishment from Kyle, and Kyle agrees that it's something that she has to work on. She tells Dorit, I have never seen you angry over the last 5 years. I've never seen you this angry. And she's like, but I am, because I am angry. And you saw Kyle, she was like, roll, baby Kyle rolled her eyes so hard, like, girl, whatever. Um, you don't like for people to be mad at you. That's what Sutton told Kyle. She was like, well, nobody likes for people to be mad at them. She's like, no, but you really don't like for people to be mad at you. She's like, I admit I did not handle it right. This is what Kyle says. I apologize and I acknowledge the Amazon lie. That was wrong. And then Dorit says, well, BravoCon, it was a joke. And I'm sorry it hurt you. And then Kyle said, that's not a genuine apology. And she says, you start explaining yourself, but it's like you never want to quite own it, right? And she's like, Garcelle says, no. Garcelle, let me tell you something, you're gonna be next. When I saw the previews for next week where Dorit calls Camille Grammer a see you next Tuesday, I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Girl, let me tell you something. See you next Tuesday, white women, they hate it. They that's like the worst thing you could say to a white woman. That's why it was so weird when Portia was acting like she was offended by see you next Tuesday. Girl, black girls don't get offended by that. That's white girls get offended by that. They get, when I tell you, they jump out of their body and get beside themselves. They what? And when she said that, girl, it seemed like Dorit has been waiting to say that to fucking Camille Grammer. I can't wait till next week. I can't wait till next week. I cannot wait. She was like, no. She was like, what are you talking about? She was like, I wouldn't expect you to agree anyways, because I'm not your favorite person. And she was like, oh, okay, girl, as long as you know where we are. She was like, beautiful, great. They were just like at the table. Garcelle, you're gonna get cussed out before the end of the season. Dorit's gonna have some words for you. Garcelle needs to stay out of it. But she has, like I said on Twitter, she has a hair up her ass for, well, I saw something in the corner of my eye. She has a hair up her ass for Dorit. And she's gonna try to make it seem like Dorit is being a hypocrite when she posts that video of Teddy and John Cougar Mellencamp. And everybody's like, we don't think her father needs help. But the excuse that she gave for posting Teddy's picture, but Garcelle asking her, why did you post that video, and you said that you and Teddy are not friends. And she said, I didn't say that Teddy and I are not friends. I said we're not close. We are friends, but we're not close. And then Kyle's like, oh, so now y'all not close? Oh, okay, okay, girl. It's no secret. I'm not your favorite person. Great, beautiful. And then Dorit gets up and she leaves the table. And then Garcelle says, where do we go from here? The next day, Dorit is talking to Erica. They're sitting in the bed and she's saying that she just felt like she needed to get stuff off her chest. And she really wants to be around people that she can laugh with and laugh around. She's like, I had to put my foot down with PK and I have to put my foot down with Kyle. Jennifer, Kathy, and Kyle are sitting around talking. They're all getting ready. They're about to go on this yacht and do like a little, around the bay or whatever. It was fun watching them. She was like, Jennifer Tilly was like, I have to admit, it was a little fun watching y'all because it was like a tennis match. And then they showed it and it was going back and forth and you could hear the balls. You could hear it. It was funny. I was like, they are so stupid. They get on those little, is it called Moke or Moke? Moke. I don't know how to pronounce it. But those little Jeeps, they're so cute. They are so cute. Kathy was like, we're running a little late, so we have to arrive in style. And they get in these little Jeeps. They're so cute. And they drive to this yacht. When they were on the way there, Bose asked Garcelle, have you ever been on a boat with these women? She was like, yes, girl, we were a mess. She was like, last time I was on the boat, Erica was trying to figure out her pill to alcohol ratio. Baby, I love it. And then they showed the clip of Erica saying, Garcelle, go downstairs and pee on the new girl. Girl, oh, when I tell you I am enjoying Beverly Hills, I am enjoying Beverly Hills. The yacht looks amazing. Captain Theo, Sutton has a crush on the captain. She was like, as soon as she saw him, she was like, What's your first name? What's your first name? She liked her some Captain Theo, honey. He can park his ship in my harbor anytime. I said, Sutton. So on the boat, Kathy is telling the chef how to cook, how to make the lobster tails because he's grilling the lobster tails, and she was telling him to put it on the top. Of course, so they won't get cooked so fast because it doesn't take long to cook seafood. And so she's like, Kathy, Kyle was saying Kathy likes to tell people what to do, and wherever she is, she'd be trying to tell people, you probably don't want to do it like that because it's probably not going to come out well. And we could see that. We see Kathy does that all the time. So they sit down, and Kathy tells Sutton that her you've been talking a lot. She was like, because I feel like I have did she say congestion or something? She said, she was like, yeah, because you've been talking a lot. And it's so funny because Kyle goes, doesn't your throat hurt? I used to say that to my sons when they were little, and they used to just be talking and talking and talking. I would be like, can you stop talking? Doesn't your throat hurt? So I thought that was funny. I thought it was funny. I really enjoyed this episode. I probably will watch it again. Um, but then Sutton goes, Kyle and Dorit, y'all did a lot of talking at dinner. Everybody was like, we didn't know whether to eat or what to do because they were talking so much at dinner. Dorit says, I felt like I needed to get it off my chest. It comes from a deep place of hurt, but I love you. I don't hate you. Kyle says she appreciates that. Kyle says, we're both going through so much. We have important stuff going on in our lives, and all of this is just stupid. And then Dorit interjects and says, yeah, it's funny how our husbands are leaning on each other and supporting each other, and we're over here the furthest apart we've ever been. But I'm open to closing the gap. I'm sorry. I apologize for hurting your feelings. And she says, we can have conversations and they don't have to be tumultuous or toxic. And they don't. And they don't. And I think this is going to be a test. This is a test for Kyle and Dorit. And we're going to see what's going to happen when she tells her that PK has been texting her about what? What is he texting you about? Yes, that's his friend. And, I feel like, should, okay, you and your good Judy, you are both going through separation, possible divorce, and you and your husband, like that, because it goes back to Kyle saying they're not that close. Obviously you are close enough for PK to feel comfortable texting you about whatever. Even when last season when they did the pretty woman thing with Dorit and PK, Kyle was the one to help him plan that. So I don't know. I don't know if Kyle and PK might be connecting on the alcoholism or the misuse of alcohol that they had, both of them had going on, and getting clear and realizing where, the next steps and whatever the journey that they're on. So I don't know if that's why he's texting her, and maybe they're just connecting that way. I don't really think that there's anything wrong, especially because of how close they were. Even though Kyle says they were not close, but they are obviously close enough to where PK feels comfortable texting you about what. I want to know. I have a feeling it has something to do with the alcohol. I have a feeling it does. Um, Kyle and Garcelle, like after they were finished the conversation, Kyle breaks down a little bit. They go down to the bottom of the boat, sitting down, and Kyle was like, "Are these Hermes towels? I think these belong to the boat." And she thought that maybe they were gifts from Kathy, but she was like, "Man, that sucks." I know she wanted to take them damn towels. Um, we're all going through something. Garcelle says, I'm trying to figure out who I am. This is Garcelle. She starts crying and she is like, the boys are growing up. I don't know what's missing. I don't know if something is missing, or do I just need to spend time with yourself? I don't understand the psychology behind I don't understand the psychology behind thinking that the missing piece is another person. The missing piece is you finding yourself and getting back to center. That's the missing piece. Like Kyle said, everybody talks about your identity not being your children, not being a mom and a wife, but that was my identity. And that's where a lot of women mess up because society makes you believe that that is the most important role for a woman, is a wife and a mother. And that is simply untrue. It is untrue across the board. That's not why you're here. It is not your purpose, and it should not be your identity. There's several times I tell my own children, I was Erica before I was mom, and I am Erica, and I'm not losing my identity to be like, oh, I have to be a mom. And, that's a lot of virtue signaling going on. The mom thing, it's a lot of virtue signaling, but don't ever lose your own identity because your kids leave. And that's the purpose, right? You're raising and guiding them on to take their own path, to get on their own path by themselves. And hopefully the tools you give them, they use them on their path. But they're going. So you can't have your identity in a man or in your children and be like, oh, I'm just mom and wife. I'm just mom and wife. No, don't forget who you are. You were everything before you met these people and before you had these children. I'm just saying. So don't lose yourself, Garcelle. I'm trying to figure out who I am. The boys are getting ready to leave and I don't know what's missing. Kyle says not knowing if she's going to be alone is scary. And then that's when she shares with Garcelle that PK sends her text. And Garcelle's like, holy shit, like what? Like, I don't want to make it a big deal because I feel like it's just, I honestly believe that it has to do with the alcohol. I really believe that that is where they're connecting because they're both stopped drinking, got out of their partnerships, and now feel clear about where they're going, right? Remember last season, Kyle says, I had to be clear. I'm going through a lot. I have to be clear. I cannot be inebriated, intoxicated, whatever. I need to be clear. And drinking wasn't allowing me to see what was going on around me. And I feel like PK had a similar experience, because even he said when he stopped drinking, he realized, oh, I'm not just a problem. Dorit is a lot to deal with. And we get a glimpse of that because Dorit said, I got to get these checks. I got to get these motherfucking checks. I got to go to work this season. Baby, I cannot wait until she calls Camille grandma. I see you next Tuesday. Everybody was like, okay, wait. Sutton and Dorit are on the other side of the boat. Sutton is basically letting Dorit know you can depend on me, you can lean on me. I've been through what you're going through. If you need me in that courthouse, if you need me to come down there with you and sit in that room with you, I will. That's what Sutton was telling her. And then she was just saying, I have to be protective over myself and who I trust. Bose and her man Keely, they've been together about 8 months. She said, what I tell y'all the other day, that's the first thing you want in a MAN is kindness. She said that's the first thing she said. He's kind, he's successful, and generous. Girl, I said, hey, that's what I'm talking about, Bose. That is what I'm talking about. She said, because, before him, she was dealing with a man who was a liar, a con artist and a liar. And she said, I don't know if these men are intimidated by my success, by my height, by my kid. I don't know what it is. And then Jennifer Tilly shares, she was like, yes, because these men be lying, basically. She was like, I was dating a guy and he was, a mildly successful interior designer, but he was like a grifter, a con artist. She was like, we would go out to dinner and she would pass him her fucking credit card under the table so he can pay and act like he paid. That's a lot of women who do that. A lot of women. It's a group, a lot. It's a lot of them. When I say a lot, I mean like it's a lot, like a car lot. There's car lots of women who do that. So the man, because the man got to be the man, but you really the man. You really the man. You really handing the credit card under the table. Sutton tells Dorit to give the captain her number when they're getting off the boat. He carries her down the stairs. Kathy set that up. She was like, carry Sutton down the stairs. She got something going on with her feet, something that we do. So I said, oh my God, I hope he does not drop her. But she probably weighs 102 pounds anyway. So he gets her off the boat, and then Dorit gives him the phone number. And then he goes over to Sutton and says, it was a pleasure meeting you. And she was like, oh, you too. And then Dorit tells her, as they're walking away, Dorit tells her, turn around and see if he's still there. She turned around. He wasn't there. She said, ahoy, Captain. I said, okay. I wonder if they went on a date. I wonder if he called her. I think Sutton in her black, but her hair is down in her interview. I think it's such a good look for her. Um, Kathy asked Garcelle if she's in love. They go out to dinner. They're now at dinner. They're sitting down about to have dinner, and Kathy asked Garcelle if she's in love because she looks so svelte. I was like, girl, so because she's in love, she's skinny. She was like, no, I'm in love with me. I'm in love with me. I love it. Um, you have to act helpless like a son. And then what did Garcelle? Garcelle was like, what did she say? What did Garcelle said? I can't do something. The way she was like mocking Sutton, and she said, I can't. I got something going on with my feet. She said something. It was funny. I can't remember what she said though. Anyway, so she said, Dorit, I have a question. I was like, girl, this didn't even make sense for Garcelle to bring up. I was like, why would you bring that up? Anyways, Garcelle brings up that Dorit shared a video of all the girls on stage with John Cougar Mellencamp. And Teddy tagged Dorit in the post, and so Dorit reshared it. And she was like, I mean, if I can help her dad, I can help her dad. Kyle was like, we do not, the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer legend, John Mellencamp, does not need your promotion or your help, girl. The excuse that she gave was like, girl, she just, I don't even know why Garcelle asked that question. She says she wants to call out her being a hypocrite, but she did say we're not close. We are friends, but we're not close. And then Erica says to Kyle, she didn't say that. And she was like, no, I don't think she said that. But they were like at the table saying it, not trying to hide, like Sutton called it the stage whisper, but everybody can still hear you saying that. And so they speak about that later. So Sutton has a speech. She talked about being together in sisterhood. Erica was like, what is this cheer camp? What is this Girl Scouts camp? What is going on here? And then Bo says, I don't know what kind of incantations Sutton is going to be saying while we tying our arms together, but I don't want to be Mrs. Sutton. So they all put their hands in the pile their hands up. Erica goes, pretty mess on three, because she always does that with her crew when she's getting ready to perform. So they put their hands together and they wrap everything up. They wrap all their hands together and they said, from now on, we're sisters. We need to be open and honest. We need to be forthright with each other. I'm just, adding what she was saying. The next day they get up and they're getting ready to leave, and they get on the sprinter to go back to the plane. And Sutton says, I didn't sleep well. Y'all were mocking me, over my speech. And Garcelle was like, well, we didn't know you were serious. And Erica said, well, we didn't know you were serious. And she was like, and what I was really trying to say was, when we have disagreements, we can be truthful and we can be open and honest. So we need to be open and honest. And so Dorit was like, yeah, let's be open and honest. What's up? She was like, well, Erica, when you whispered to Kyle, I felt like it was in her interview, she says she felt like it was kind of mean girl, not nice. And then she says, well, because you tried to say I didn't consider Teddy a friend, but I said I wouldn't categorize us as close friends. And then she kept making it about Teddy, and they were just trying to say, no, it's really about Erica. It doesn't have anything to do with Teddy. It's about Erica whispering to Kyle when she thought you weren't telling the story correctly, how she said, I don't think she said that last night. You could have said that out loud and just called her out on it right then and there instead of whispering it to her. And it's not about Teddy. It was about the offhanded comment to Kyle. It's not about Teddy. We should be able to call each other out and work on it and move on. That's what they were basically saying. She said, that's not what it's about. Sutton starts yelling. Sutton did start yelling at Dorit first, but then Dorit got a little octave higher. And she was like, girl, you better relax. She was like, no. She was like, no, don't yell at me. She was like, so, but you can yell at me. You started yelling first. So how come I can't yell at you? And she was like, and Sutton, you do have a pattern with that. Sutton was like, girl, no, you're not about to tell me I have a pattern. She didn't say that, but that's how she looked. Sutton be looking like, girl, are you serious? She was like, you never know which Sutton is gonna. Kathy said, I don't know if I want to be in this group. Dorit says, you never know which Sutton you're gonna get. Different mode of transportation, different woman. She was like, this woman just yesterday was telling me how she would support me. Now you over here yelling at me? Yes, because you're not getting it. You're not getting it. We're not talking about Teddy. We're talking about Erica. When you were telling your story, Erica was saying that that wasn't what you actually said, and Erica should have said it louder. She shouldn't have been whispering it. That's what we're talking about. It doesn't even have nothing to do with you. They were getting Garcelle says we should be able to say anything in front of everybody, whether it's received well or not. We have to be open and honest, as this is a safe space. So then that's when Dorit tells Sutton that she has a pattern of yelling and then saying that somebody else can't yell at her. And she goes, girl, whatever she was saying. And then they were getting ready to get off the sprinter. And Sutton was sitting closer to the door than Dorit was, but she tells Dorit to go. She was like, just go, just go. So she moves up, gets off the sprinter, and Sutton says, I am not happy. And then that was the end. Next week, Kyle is throwing a party, a little hoedown down to the showdown, and a little do-si-do down to the hoedown, right? And then they're riding bulls and everything. Did you see Bose's outfit? I was like, yes. They called her a Barbie, cowgirl Barbie. And then you see Camille there talking shit to Dorit, and Dorit calls her, see you next Tuesday. And I can't wait. I'm sorry. I am so giddy about that because I cannot wait. Anyways, y'all, that was the end of the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the episode. I had a good time watching the episode. It was really fun. The conversations were good, and I was here for it. I was here for the little trip that they had. So take care of each other, protect your energy. Let me know what you think of the episode, and I'll see you in the comments. Peace.